If anybody sees me right now, they're gonna think that they're dreaming. I'm gonna send people into a coma, because who brings out their laptop into the forest? Nobody. But for the sake of this video, I had to do that, okay? That's gonna be me when I get murdered in this forest. Every single time that I watch a video on what to do instead of being on my phone, they always somehow send me outside. They always send me outside to do things, which is fine if you want to get out of your comfort zone and socialize and whatever. But I realize that 90% of the time, I do not want to replace my easy bed doom scrolling in my cozy room with hard things such as going outside. Because A, it's cold outside, and B, I know that people want like easy things to do that require like 0 brain cells. So yeah, in this video I'm gonna try to do activities that require 0 to 0.5 of your brain cells. I feel like if you want to stop being on your phone so much, you need to start small, and you need to replace the doom scrolling with something that's like 0 brain cells, just like your phone. Yes, it does look a bit different because I am back inside. I have found love for making these kind of bracelets again. Like, I did this as a kid, so I knew that this would be as simple as being on social media, doing whatever on my phone. And basically 90% of these are gonna be something that you can play music with. Cause you know, anything that we see on our phones is kind of better just because there's music. Like, I would not be watching any of the edits that I watch on my phone if it would not be for the music. Like, obviously they're beautiful, but it's the music that gets me. So you can do this or any kind of bracelet. And I've kind of become obsessed with making these. This is something that you can just like lay down for and like just do in your bed. It's like even the same position as being on your phone. So you take this little thing and you do an 8 with it, and you just put it on this finger and this finger. So it's obviously an 8, and you only do this with the first one, and then you choose the color that you want to do next. Put it on like this. Put this first one over this one and over this one, like this. It's like you just keep adding the third one, and you just like keep doing this until your fingers basically die. I'm gonna choose the black, purple, and green one. Not because these are my favorite colors or anything, but just my options are very limited. Made the bracelet just for YouTube. This is the one that I made. If you're wondering what's happening in this situation here, I do not have the clips to clip the bracelet, so I had to tie it up myself, but this is the bracelet that I made for you. Here you go. Since I said that I would rate these in like terms of how much I wanted to reach for my phone, I'm gonna do that. So this is very kind of repetitive, but you don't notice it if you have music on. Or maybe if you just want to clear your mind, you can do this because it's very relaxing. I only wanted to reach for my phone to change the music, but overall this is like a perfect lazy activity that I can do in my bed. I don't have to go outside. I don't have to use my brain cells to do this. So I give this one a 4.5 out of 5. Another day, another sleigh, another way to keep the phone away. And it's actually the same day. you can see it. Because that was so quick and so fucking easy that I can do another thing right now that does not require my phone. And I was thinking, what is something that everybody recommends you, but is actually kind of hard to do for many people? Reading. I do actually love to read, but I've been kind of in a slump lately because I've just been reaching for my phone. So I was thinking, what's a way for people that absolutely hate books, but still want to grab something like a book that's a book, but you don't have to read? Picture books, aka, what do you call them? Coffee table books. You want to go on Pinterest? No. Grab yourself a book and look at pretty pictures. Grab a book and look at pretty pictures. But I'm just talking about if you can find affordable or go to the library and just grab a book that has no text, just pictures or very little text. So yeah, how much would I rate this one? Did I want to reach for my phone? Maybe just because it has more options to go on Pinterest, but this is a much healthier option. It does keep you occupied if you perhaps have your own books and you can write little messages in them or just comment on the photos you see. And while we're at it, what's another thing that's connected to books? You guessed it right. Yes, you did. A coloring book. This is a Harry Potter one, so it just makes it more interesting for me. But this requires no brain cells. You can just like color your worries, your thoughts away. It's like, that's like kind of how I imagine it. You know, you're just like coloring every single one of your thoughts away and they're just stuck on paper. Like for me, it's even, I don't care which colors you use for anything. Everything can even be the same color if you want to. It's, all of this is your choice. So now I have to try this and then I'm gonna tell you how much I wanted to reach for my phone. I've done like some of these in this coloring book, like this one. But then there's also occasions when I just do this. Maybe it's gonna be relaxing for somebody, but coloring books do not excite me that much. So that's just gonna be my subjective opinion. I just made myself sneeze 3 times by looking at the sun. Low-key kind of feels satisfying to do that. I feel like you were getting tired of that same angle, so I had to change it up a bit. As I said, I get pretty... Coloring is somehow not stimulating enough for me, and it does not replace scrolling on social media. So it doesn't work for me. Maybe it's gonna work for you, but I got tired after like 10 minutes of it. It is easy. I can do it from my bed, so I do give it like 3 points for that, but still, it's just not my thing. Like, I wish that I could just paint everything pink. That would be the easiest, but I can't. I mean, I can. Oh my god, I can. There's no limits. Okay, so I know that this one is basic, and people are gonna be like, duh. My offer to you is making shitty art. Because I think that often most of the people stay away from making art or making something creative because they want it to be perfect. And they're comparing themselves to people who make art for like a job, are like professional artists, people that you see on social media. But if you're just looking for something to do instead of being on your phone and just looking to maybe even improve in making art, you can make shitty art. Today, I found bricks. Yes, little bricks in my room. So I decided to make. So don't judge me because I did not finish this, but I started making something. And honestly, painting is not like a zero brain cell activity because I know that people paint amazing things. But if you're looking for something to do instead of being on your phone and you want to express something or maybe just get rid of the anger that you have inside of you, this was a painting before that was very shitty. And so I painted black over it. So I have like a blank canvas now. This is kind of my sitting on the floor activity, so not exactly on the bed. And I know that this can be expensive if you keep buying canvases. So the other thing that I have is that I bought this like drawing book and I have these big pages that I can paint on. And yeah, you can make shitty art. You can. Like, I don't know what this was that I was painting, um, but I painted something else and I got mad, so I just started doing this, and it was honestly pretty relaxing. Um, I like painting when there's no pressure. That's when I like to do it instead of being on my phone. I like to do it on my floor, so it's pretty easy. So I think I would give this 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. Another thing that I almost forgot about, I found this, my old MP3 player, and this can kind of save you in this. Like, if you're doing all of this, if I'm doing all of these activities that kind of make me want to listen to music while doing them, this can like save you if you don't want to check your phone. Mid video crisis, I realized something. None of these activities are gonna help if you have FOMO, fear of missing out, which we all have on social media because there's so much going on and we all want to know about it. I know you're gonna be like, what the fuck, obviously, but one way to fight an addiction is to fight it with an addiction from the past. It is so crazy that even watching a movie or playing a game feels like a break from being on social media. I would rate those two 10 out of 5. I do not want to reach for my phone when I'm watching a movie or playing a video game. So I guess one way for you to stop missing being on social media is to do the two most stimulating things: watching movies or TV shows and playing video games. Um, I know it's not the best. I know it's not the best, but it's better than that. The movies that you watch, even the video games that you play, kind of become a part of your personality, which is still better than being on TikTok for an hour and not remembering anything that you even watched.